They believed they were living in a new era, a time when markets only went up, when technology had finally defeated risk, when prosperity felt permanent. It was called the Roaring Twenties. A century later, we hear familiar words again: artificial intelligence, endless growth, a new revolution. So here's the question no one likes to ask. Are today's markets whispering the same promises they made before the greatest economic collapse in history? Disclaimer: this content is for educational and informational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice. If making investment decisions, please consult a qualified financial professional. After World War I, America emerged powerful, industrial, and confident. Factories that once produced weapons pivoted to cars, radios, refrigerators, symbols of modern life. The assembly line made production faster. Advertising made desire louder. Consumerism became a way of life. People didn't just buy goods, they bought the future. Installment plans allowed families to purchase what they couldn't yet afford. Debt quietly fueled growth. Banks, confident and optimistic, lent freely. And then came the stock market. For the first time, investing wasn't just for elites. Ordinary citizens poured their savings and borrowed money into stocks. Why not? The market seemed unstoppable. Stocks rose faster than company profits. Valuations floated higher, untethered from fundamentals. By the late 1920s, speculation wasn't a warning sign. It was a badge of intelligence. People bought stocks on margin, borrowed money, chased rising prices. Confidence fed on itself. The system looked strong, but underneath, it was fragile. And then, in October 1929, the illusion cracked. On October 24, 1929, later called Black Thursday, panic entered the market. A few days later, on Black Tuesday, it exploded. Billions of dollars in market value vanished. Fortunes dissolved in days. Savings disappeared with no warning. Fear spread faster than facts. People rushed to banks. Banks didn't have the cash. Thousands collapsed. First small ones, then giants. By the early 1930s, nearly 40% of American banks had failed. The crisis didn't stop at America's borders. Europe, still weakened by World War I, fell next. Global trade collapsed by more than half. The world economy followed the market into darkness. The U.S. economy shrank dramatically. Industrial production nearly halved. Unemployment climbed to 25%. Deflation took hold. Prices fell, wages disappeared. Then came drought. The Dust Bowl turned farms into wastelands. Families couldn't guarantee their next meal. This wasn't just a market crash. It was a collapse of confidence. President Hoover struggled to restore faith. The public lost confidence. Then came Franklin D. Roosevelt. He promised action, reform, a rebuilding of trust. America abandoned the gold standard, freeing money supply. Banks were stabilized. Public works projects put millions back to work. New rules reshaped capitalism itself. The FDIC protected savings. The SEC policed markets. A minimum wage established a floor beneath labor. The system survived, but only after immense pain. A century later, the language sounds familiar. A new technology promises transformation. AI will change everything, they say. Productivity, medicine, wealth. Markets surge. Capital concentrates. A handful of companies dominate indexes. Some firms are wildly profitable. Real revenue, real cash flow. Others trade on hope, vision, and narrative. Are stocks overvalued in parts of the market? Yes. Is there mania? Not everywhere, but undeniably in pockets. Is AI real? Absolutely. Is every AI stock priced on reality? That's the question. History doesn't repeat itself exactly, but it rhymes. The Great Depression didn't begin with fear. It began with certainty, with confidence so strong it drowned out caution. Today's markets are not 1929, but neither were the markets of 1929 until they were. The lesson isn't panic, it's perspective. Because the most dangerous moments in financial history have always arrived quietly, when everyone believed this time was different. Tony's Wealth Secrets: uncovering the stories, strategies, and mindset behind lasting wealth.